Hello, welcome to Verbling. Hi there, I'm teacher Oakley. And in today's class, we're going to continue our series this week here at Verbling of talking about alliterative vocabulary. Well, alliteration is repeated use of sounds, phonetic sounds. You see alliteration used in poetry or in advertising. Coca-Cola. Notice all the cut sounds repeated over and over. This has actually been proven to be, as far as business and marketing, to make slogans and brand names more memorable. Okay. In addition, we have a lot of alliterative words in vocabulary. Yesterday, we looked at repeat syllable words like boo-boo, mama, papa. Today, we're going to be examining compound words, two words, but these compound words have a vowel change. Otherwise, they're essentially the same word with one vowel change in the word. Interesting thing about this particular style of compound word is that because it's a compound, it's going to actually follow the normal compound word syllable stress, which is something that exists in English. For example, when I take a compound word, base, and combine it with ball, baseball. Notice base has a very high pitch, and ball has what's called, the high pitch is called primary stress, and the low pitch is called secondary stress. So with compound nouns, we commonly have a very quick, like a stair step, change in tone or pitch. Baseball, notebook, doorknob, air conditioner. Okay, first word has primary stress and is pronounced quite high. The second word is the stressed syllable in that word is low, or has what we call secondary stress. It is stressed in that it is spoken loudly. Both primary and secondary stress are spoken loudly, often with a stretched vowel sound. Also clearly, with a clear phonetic vowel sound, instead of, as opposed to a very short schwa or it sound. So louder, longer, more clearly pronounced vowels. The difference being that primary stress is high and secondary stress is low. Today, we're going to look at some vocabulary words which are basically two repeated words but with a simple vowel change in the second word, from an A to an E or an E to an I, etc. We're going to look at the beginning letter and then blanks and then the beginning letter of the second word, because it's going to be the same, and then the definition. And we're going to talk a little bit more about these types of words, and the students, you the students, if I have any students, are going to attempt to see if they know the word or can guess the word. And we'll talk about any additional attributes that come up with these types of words. Yesterday, as we were looking at repeated syllable words like boo-boo and mama and papa, we kind of realized that we use these in English teaching our children. We often use these types of words when talking to small children, I suppose, because it helps them to remember sounds. It helps them to remember. It's easier for them to remember and learn new vocabulary by using these alliterative vocabulary words. So it's very common to hear alliterative language used with small children to teach them things. And help them remember. Excuse me. Okay, we're going to be looking at a number of these vowel change compound nouns. Another word for this, not really important, but they're also called reduplicatives. Big long word, not overly important that you know that, but they are basically repeated, duplicated words. Okay, Fidel, welcome to the class. Hello. Hi, Fidel.
Hi, teacher.
There we go. Hi, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Thank you very much. Where are you from, Fidel?
I'm from Guatemala.
Ah, excellent. Okay. Welcome
Do
to the
you know
class.
where Guatemala is?
Guatemala? Yeah, I'm originally American, so yeah.
Yes, okay.
Well, I mean, I am originally American. I'm still American, but I currently live in the Philippines. But of course, I know where Guatemala is in Central America.
Yes.
And yeah, I used to have a Guatemalan handcrafted, hand-stitched, whatever, pullover.
Pullover?
Yeah, the kind of sweater. It has a hood.
Oh,
And
okay.
very colorful, like plaid pattern with a kind of pocket warmer in the front. Anyway, some friends brought it back from Guatemala for me, and I love that. It's like a sweater hoodie combination, really warm, actually.
Okay, is that cotton?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
If I remember, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yes. Anyway, I used to have one from an article of clothing. It was like my favorite article of clothing for many years from Guatemala. I had friends who visited there and brought it back. It's a nice gift for me. Anyway, yes, I am familiar a bit with Guatemala. Okay. All right, Fidel, we're going to try to learn some vocabulary by looking at some alliterative words, words with repeated phonetic sounds. And I'm going to test you a little bit and see if you can guess some of these words. And as we go along, I'll talk about them a little bit, and I'll have you try to guess what they may mean, what they may be. The definition is here. So let me do a screen share here. See what I mean, Fidel. Okay, for example, number one, gossipy kind of talk, or idle talk. Idle meaning, well, you're bored and there's nothing else to do. Actually, often co-located with this vocabulary word is idle. Idle blank blank. Okay. Beginning letters are here for you already, and then you see the blanks. There's two. Okay. Do you have any idea what this could be?
Oh, what's a big talk? Chat?
Very good. That's very, very good. Do you know what the second part is? We often say idle. You're right. The second word is chat. Do you know what the first word is?
No, I don't know.
It's okay. All right. Idle chit chat. All right. Very common co-location. Chit chat. To mean, well, like gossipy talk. We just we sat around having an idle chit chat. Okay. It's a noun. All right. It's a noun form. And yeah, okay. So that's the idea here. Vowel change. So one vowel changes. I and A. Uh, okay, let's try another one. All right, the sound of a horse's hooves.
Hooves. I don't know the meaning of hooves. Hooves.
Hooves. Well, this is a weird word in English. Let's talk about it just a second. Do you know the word hoof?
Hoof. Oh, I don't remember.
It's okay. Hoof is the foot of an animal such as a horse or a cow or a goat.
Oh.
They have a hardened cartilage. Their toes, actually they're toes, but they're hardened cartilage, so they're very hard. That's a hoof.
Okay.
Plural is hooves. Actually, there is something else interesting about this particular vocabulary word. It's so some people say hoofs, and other people say hooves. They change the F to a W. And we do that a lot in English. For example, wife becomes wives.
Wives.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Or knife becomes
Knives.
knives. Right. This is the same idea here. Sometimes in English we change the F to V. But for some reason, there's some double O words like hoof, hooves, hoofs, or roof, or roofs, the top of a house. We could do it either way, and it's okay to do that. All right, what is the sound of a horse's hooves? Do you know, Fidel? What sound does it make? If considering it starts with CL.
Cap. Cap.
You're very, very close. Okay. Okay. Great book. Clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop.
Okay. Clip,
Right.
clip, clip.
Clip, clop, clip, clop. Okay. Many, we noticed this yesterday's class. We were talking about other kinds of alliterative vocabulary. We noticed this yesterday, and here it is again. Many of these alliterative vocabulary words are examples of what we call onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia.
Yeah, that's a tough word. Yeah, it's even tougher to spell, actually. Have you ever heard of that before? Do you know?
I don't think so. I don't remember. I think it's new for me.
Okay. It's a type of vocabulary in English, and most languages actually have examples of this, where the word sounds like the sound it's describing, or it sounds like the thing that makes the sound. Okay, it sounds like the sound, and it describes the sound itself, or perhaps it describes the thing that makes the sound. There's many examples of this. For example, hiccup, 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 hiccup is onomatopoeia. It sounds like the sound. All the sounds you think of for musical instruments, like ring and toot, these are examples of onomatopoeia. Animal sound.
Like
words.
the kikeriki of the
The kikeriki. Okay.
What is the animal who?
I'm not sure. Is it
Rooster?
Kikeriki. Oh, I've heard that before. Yeah. Okay.
I'm listening. A rooster.
Oh, you can hear it outside. Yeah, right. Okay. The rooster crows. Yeah, which is actually onomatopoeia. Or we have the whole. In English, we say to describe the sound, cock-a-doodle-doo, which may sound crazy, but yeah, if you listen outside my house, there's some roosters.
Roosters. Okay.
Yeah, they're crowing. Rooster's a male chicken, right?
Teacher, what time is it there?
It's 2:15 in the afternoon.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, I live in the Philippines. So I'm on the other side of
Philippines.
the world. Yeah, I'm an American, but I live in the Philippines. And
Okay.
here in the Philippines, the chickens are crazy. So the roosters crow. They crow all day and all night. They never stop.
Okay,
I,
here is 12 and 15 minutes past 12.
right. Okay. Oh yeah, quite a lot different. 12 at night though, right? Past
Yes,
midnight. Okay.
midnight.
Right. Yeah, we're quite a bit ahead. Yeah. And it's funny, the crowing of the roosters, I don't even hear it anymore. I literally just don't even hear it. It doesn't register in my brain because I've lived in the Philippines for a few years now, and it doesn't even register. It's such a regular sound. Okay, but my students always notice. Okay, but excellent, good example of onomatopoeia. Okay, how about the next one here? A pattern of lines that cross each other. Hmm.
Crom cross?
Yeah, again,
Cross.
you're really close. Yeah, cross is the second word. That's right, because cross lines that go that cross each other. Okay, so they cross. All right, uh, but this word
Crisscross.
is crisscross. Yes, uh, we usually okay a pattern of lines, and notice plural. So it's a number of lines that go across each other in numerous places. Okay, so the old man had wrinkles which crisscrossed his face. Okay, so they're all over his face, crossing his face. Okay, crisscross. Uh, okay, also this comes this is very famous also crisscross. It has kind of a it's hard to describe, but it has a little bit of another connotation because it has a cultural connotation in America, at least, and possibly Great Britain as well, because it comes from a very famous Alfred Hitchcock movie in which uh, the the two main characters in the movie decide to kill someone for the other person. So there's no motive. All right. So I kill your wife and you kill my wife, and then nobody will ever be able to figure it out because there will be seemingly no motive. So this was an Alfred Hitchcock horror suspense movie. So now sometimes people may reference this and reference this movie and say, crisscross, meaning you want me to do something probably immoral or bad for you, and you will help me in an immoral or bad way. Hmm.
Okay.
Like an agreement. Uh, okay, so let's have that other connotation. Oh, here's a fun one. All right, DD, and if you don't know this, you probably never get it. To loiter. Uh, Better yet, actually. Do you know what to loiter means? First of all, Fidel, do you know the meaning
Yes.
of to loiter?
Oh no, no, teacher. I don't
Okay,
know.
it can mean this, but to loiter is to basically when teenagers just hang out in one spot
Oh.
out,
Okay.
for example, outside a store or outside internet cafe. They don't have any money, so they can't actually spend money, but they have nothing better to do, so they just wait and hang out. Um, it's possible it can mean this, and that's but more British. Americans consider this to mean more like um, to waste time, basically. Well, which is close to lawyer, but waste time when there's something that should be done. Okay. Do you have any idea what this is? I'll give you the first word. Doing. I'll give you the first word. Here you go. Here's the first word.
Dilly.
Older?
Doing?
Doing, and not quite. Very close. The word is dilly-dally.
Dilly-dally.
All right. Well, for example, if my wife and I have plans to go out to dinner, I might tell her, stop dilly-dallying. We've got to get going. We have reservations in 15 minutes. Stop your dilly-dallying. Dilly-dallying, she's wasting time doing silly things, I don't know, putting on makeup, or she's putting the dishes away, or she's doing tasks that don't need to be done right now. She's just wasting time, and we need to go. She's fussing around, doing nothing important. Stop dilly-dallying. Okay. Okay. Oh, you might be able to get this one. Another onomatopoeia.
Ding dong.
You got it. Very good. Ding dong.
Okay.
All right. The sound of a bell. Perhaps. Yeah. All right. Ding dong. The witch is dead. The wicked witch. Okay. Anyway, enough of that. Whatever. Foolishness. All right. FL. Foolishness. Any ideas what that could be?
Oh, I don't know. Foolishness.
Nope. All right, I'll give you the first word. All right. Flim. Foolishness. Okay.
Flim. No,
yeah.
I don't know.
Actually, I think you just almost said it.
Flim.
It's very close. Flim flam. All right.
Flim.
Silly. What are you doing? Stop your flim flam. Stop this flim flam operation. Sometimes this is used as a noun, sometimes as an adjective. Okay. Max. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Hello. I'm good.
Wow.
And me too.
All right. Glad to hear it. Okay, today we're looking at more alliterative vocabulary. Today, though, as you can see, they're not the repeated syllables, repeated words, but repeated words with one syllable different.
I think I know only one.
Yeah? What's that?
Wishy-washy.
Wishy-washy. Good one.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that on this list? No, it should be. All right. We're going to have to add it here. Wishy-washy. All right. What does it mean?
In Russian, we say something like this person, not meat, not fish, not meat.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Okay. If someone is wishy, they are, and this is an adjective, then they are unable to make any decision. Any, not just a decision specifically, but any decision. Somebody is wishy-washy, they just don't make decisions. Oh, I don't know. I like the red one. No, the blue one. I'm not sure. I can't decide. Don't be so wishy-washy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, not, and also it has a connotation of meaning very weak, being a very weak person. Fidel, where'd you go? Okay. You might know this next one, actually.
Has several meanings, including a backwards. Mm,
More this one, I
I'm
think.
not sure.
Sandal. A sandal, usually made of rubber, usually pretty cheap. You wear them to the beach.
Flip-flop.
There you go. You knew. I knew you knew it. Okay. Right. They're called flip-flops.
I, I don't know what is it flip-flop really. When I pronounce it, it just come in my mind.
Really? Well, you
Yeah,
got it.
flip.
Yeah. Flip-flops. They're that kind of very cheap sandal. Here in the Philippines, everybody wears them every day, all the time. Unless you're at a job at work, then you have to wear proper shoes. But going to the mall or just walking down the street or whatever, everyone wears flip-flops all the time. It's kind of funny. But, yeah, well, it's a hot climate.
Because very hot.
Because it's very hot. And also,
Oh, yeah.
it's a very casual kind of place. You don't really see people in banks wearing suits, suit and tie. You very rarely see people wearing a suit and tie here. It's not normal. They actually have a native kind of dress shirt, which does not, it's impossible, doesn't even have a collar. It is fancy, it's expensive if you want to buy one, but it doesn't even have a collar. It definitely has the appearance of a dress shirt, but that is much more common than a suit and tie, actually. People are very casual here, basically, really casual. And in fact, Max, it is not unusual at all to look down my street and see people, especially in the morning, walk down the street to the market in their pajamas. It's very normal. See it every single day. Sometimes women even go places like go eat at McDonald's, or you'll see them in the mall sometimes. Not most in the mall, for some reason that's a place you get a little bit dressed up, but just walking down the street or in McDonald's, you see people in their pajamas all the time. It's very strange. You see men working outside their house, like in the street, in their underwear. Seriously, in their boxers.
Yeah, it's common, I think, in my neighbor.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and me too. When very hot, I work only in
Okay.
how to name it, flip-flop and
Oh, flip-flops, yeah, I wear all the time, but not my
shorts.
boxers. Shorts, yes. I always work in I'm always in my shorts, but not boxers, like underwear.
Yeah, but my neighbor, he laugh. He how to say it? Lean on. I forget. Fence.
Lean
His
on the
fence.
fence. Yeah.
Yeah, and just stay and watch. With only his boxers.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, very funny guy. Such a
Okay.
funny guy.
Yeah. All right. I'm definitely laughing. Okay. Uh, okay. One thing I pointed out at the very beginning of the class, and since you came in later, I do want to point out to you all of these, which we've looked at: chit chat, clip clop, crisscross, dilly dally, ding dong. You notice they all have the same pattern, flip flops. They all have the same exact pattern that we use for all compound nouns, two words put together. Okay, high stress, high tone, and then low tone on the second one. Low
Oh
pitch.
yeah, I got it.
Baseball, notebook, flip flops.
Oh, flip
Yeah,
flop.
exactly.
Hip hop.
That's it. What? You got the next one?
Yeah, hip hop. Hip hop.
You said you didn't know any. You know these. Hip hop. Hip hop music, of course. Yeah, definitely.
What is a trinket?
Trinket. Next one, a trinket. A
Oh.
trinket is some kind of jewelry, or maybe not jewelry, something like jewelry, a little, I don't know, memento. It may be, sometimes it's jewelry, sometimes it's a little tiny statue, you know, kind of junk that your grandmother puts on a shelf.
I looked up it, and my dictionary give me clue. Actually, knick-knack.
Okay, so it gave you the definition, a knick-knack. Okay,
Yeah,
I looked
knick-knack.
it up. I looked it up.
Looked it up. Looked it up.
Okay.
Knick-knack.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, knick-knacks. Knick-knacks are those things your grandmother collects and puts them on a special shelf. Knick-knack. Often with the plural, knick-knacks, just like flip-flop,
Knick-knacks.
often with the plural.
Knick-knack.
A knick-knack, but knick-knacks, when we're talking about them in general. Okay. All right. Knickknacks. All right. Confused mixture. Mixture. And it should be 4 letters total. Three more letters. Any ideas? Okay. All right.
No, I don't know.
No idea. All right. Let me see if I can give you a clue.
Mix max.
No. But, okay, when you have mixed genre, mixed media, I don't know, shows or presentations, or when you have lots of different things and you put them together, different elements from different things. Have you ever heard of a relatively new word, actually, a mashup? Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah,
Mashup? Yeah. Okay, well, this word is actually, the first word is not even really a word. I don't know what it is. But, oops, sorry about that. Mishmash. Yeah, it's a mishmash of things. Oopsie, wrong click there.
Mishmash.
A mishmash. Okay, a mixture of things. It's a mishmash. Okay, what would you have a mishmash of? Well, okay. I don't know. The company picnic included a mishmash of different events. There was sports and card games and chess and all kinds of different activities, computer games, all available at the company picnic. A crazy kind of mixture that doesn't usually go together. Okay. There's all right, you could say there's a mishmash of people. Very different kinds of people. Poor people, rich people, men, women. It's also
strange,
common.
but in my dictionary it's together writing without
Oh, really?
how to name
The hyphen.
hyphen, yeah.
Little mark in between is called a hyphen.
But it could be wrong in my dictionary. I don't know.
No, it could be. There are many words that are hyphenated. This is part of the evolution of English. This is very common, actually, and I'm glad you brought it up. This is very common, where it can start out being hyphenated, and then the hyphen gets somewhere in history and time, it gets eliminated, or sometimes it ends up being a space between the words instead of a hyphen. For example, all right, flip-flops, definitely I've seen it without the hyphen, but as 2 separate words. Hip hop, same thing. I've seen it as two separate words. Sometimes the hyphen is pretty much always there. Sometimes the words get joined. Sometimes there's still a space. Usually, the earlier step in the evolution of a word is it starts out as a hyphenated word. That's very common. So I'm not surprised to hear that, actually. To hear that there's no hyphen. I'm not at all surprised. Oh, Nader, where'd he go?
Hello,
Oh,
Nader.
there he is. Okay. Nader, hello. Nader, are you texting today or fully audible? Or are you going to call an audible? There's an interesting, nothing to do with the lesson, but since I just thought of it, I'll share it with you. I just asked Nader if he's going to call an audible. Do you have any idea what that means? You wouldn't. It doesn't make any sense for you to. Either of you guys. Because it has to do, it's a direct reference. It's an idiom related to American football. So, of course, you wouldn't know because they only play American football in America. The quarterback, the guy who gets the ball first, he's going to shout out the play. All right? So, if he calls an audible, then he's going to shout out a new play. He's making something up. He sees something in the defense, and he changes the play at the line. So if you call an audible, you're changing the plan at the last minute. So really, my use of call an audible, yeah, very American. I don't think a British person would even understand that at all, but every American would. I'm going to have to call an audible. Okay, I'm going to have to make a snap decision, a quick decision, and tell everyone what to do. I'm going to have to call an audible and change the lesson plan at the last minute, for example. Okay, hello, Nader. And, all right, I see you're texting. Hi. Okay, now you guys, and I know you're going to get this next one. It's quite obvious. I think it's obvious. Nader, do you know this one? Ping pong, of course. And why is it ping pong? I'm not sure. If that's actually, and notice here it's unhyphenated and two words. Now, I'm not sure if this is actually an example of onomatopoeia or just maybe they stole it from Chinese language. Not sure. It could sound like the sound of the ball, ping pong, but then it should sound like the ball hitting the table, kaping kapong, because there's two sounds when the ball hits the table and then when it hits the paddle. So it should be kaping kapong, kaping kapong, kaping kapong, kaping kapong. That's what it sounds like, right? Okay. Anyway, that's why I have my doubts. I've met Chinese people named Ping. I don't know. I'm making.
In Russian, we have the same name for this game.
Ping pong?
Ping pong. Yeah, ping pong.
Same name? Okay. Wow. Nader, is it the same in Egyptian? Is it ping pong? Is it the same exact thing? Yeah, same. Okay. Well, there you go. All right. Interesting. Wow. It's a universal ping pong, the truly universal sport.
You know 2 words in Russian.
Yeah, now I know 2 words. I also know 2 words in. You know 2 words in Egyptian, Matt. Good for you. Good for us. I can speak every language on earth. Listen to me now. Ping pong. Okay. Here's a tough one, Max. A light tapping sound. Wow, very difficult. Light tapping
I
sound.
don't, I don't know.
Okay, let me give you a reference. You might hear this. We often hear this, like in this sentence. Let's see. Do you know the whole phrase? Okay, the da 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 of little feet. Like I might say, oh, Max's wife is pregnant again. It's time for the pitter patter of little feet. Pitter patter. Yep. Definitely onomatopoeia here. Pitter patter. The pitter, and it's very common to hear this to talk about children or babies, little children. The pitter patter of little feet. Very common expression. The whole thing altogether. Sometimes you might hear the pitter patter of raindrops on the roof. Okay, that would also be quite common, actually. Right, I forgot about that. Okay. Ooh, RR. Midair, rabble. People who are worthless. Tough one. Well, what kind of hint can I give you? Oh, I don't know. It is what it is. No idea? Max, do you have any idea? Okay.
No.
All right. This one is very common in English, but it's one that you guys probably have not heard of before. Riffraff. Throw out the riffraff, or we're trying to run a reputable restaurant here, so we need to keep out the riffraff. Keep out the riffraff, common collocation. We raised the prices on our private school to keep the riffraff out. Okay. Often keep out the riffraff. That is often, it's a very common collocation. Undesirables. It may not mean the people are actually worthless. It may mean that often would mean that the people who are using this word keep out the riffraff. It could mean that they're just snobs, that they're, completely, if you're not rich, you don't belong with us. So private golf clubs would definitely talk about keeping out the riffraff. Don't allow the riffraff into our beautiful, luxurious golf club. Yeah, on our golf course, we don't need any riffraff. That would be very common. And sometimes it's just used sarcastically, really. Here is a very useful word, actually. The next one here. This is one that I know, and I don't even know why I know it, to tell you the truth. I'm not even sure. But I recognize it, I know what it looks like, and I know what it is. And although it's not something I use in day-to-day speech, it is a very specific thing. We use it near highways to protect the road from the river. We may use it on private property to strengthen the riverbank so that river doesn't erode the riverbank and move it. It's basically big rocks, just lots of piled up big rocks. Do you have any idea what this is, Max?
No.
Okay. All right. No idea. It's called riprap. Riprap. Yeah, very strange word. I have no idea where it actually really comes from, to be honest. But in the United States, they use this strategy a lot. You see it everywhere. They, especially when it's close to a bridge or close to a highway, you'll see that the natural riverbank there is no natural riverbank. They've loaded a bunch of just random rocks the sides of the river to prevent it from eroding and, causing the river to eat away at the bridge or take out the road. This is extremely common. Do they do that in Max in Russia where you are? Would that be common?
I'm not sure what you mean. Yeah, it's kind of how to say it. Shoulders of train way. Maybe.
Okay, that's very similar. I know what you mean. They use the same sort of technique, but usually smaller stones on the edges of a railroad track. Yeah. Okay. On the edges of
I got it, Nadir.
But it's usually much bigger, bigger rocks for a river. Well, but yeah, I know what you mean. On a train, they call that the bed. The rail bed or just the bed? I'm not absolutely sure, but I know it's called the bed. It's always kind of raised up, and there's a lot of stones around. I don't know. I guess it helps prevent plants from growing as well, I suppose. But yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. How about this next one, Nader? A piece of wood with a central balance, which allows it to move up and down. That sounds also very technical. Actually, to make it easier, let me describe it as a playground toy. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's right. Seesaw. That's right. And also, right, it uses, yeah, sure. Kids play on a seesaw in the playground. Right, and if somebody stands up on the seesaw, then the other person goes wham and smashes their butt on the ground. Right. Also, we use this word to talk about as an adjective. It's an actual physical noun object, but also it can be an adjective to talk about, well, for example, a football game can seesaw back and forth. Ooh, no, okay, Italy scores a goal, and then France scores a goal, and then France scores another goal, and then Italy ties it up again, and then Italy scores a goal, and then France scores 2 goals. So it's back and forth and back and forth.
And it's able to describe people. My wife is CSO.
No.
Yesterday he wanted 1, now he wants 2.
Okay.
No?
I would say it like this. It is possible. My wife keeps seesawing with her decision. Oh, I guess I'm using it as a... no, keeps seesawing. No, it's not. It's still an adjective. Sure. No, it's an adjective. My wife keeps seesawing on her decision.
Dictionary says it's
that would be very possible.
Inconsistency.
Yeah.
Inconsistency.
Inconsistent? Yeah. Well, inconsistent to the point where it goes one way, then it goes the other way. I mean, the whole... Obviously, the idiomatic idea is that it's all in one favor and then it's all in the other favor. So, yeah, that is inconsistent. A seesaw match is what I was talking about with that when I was describing the football game. Oh, you're asking me what is the opposite? Oh, God. Oh, that was... My gosh. Hater, you're calling me out. That was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, right. Right. Oh. Yeah, it was... I know exactly what you mean. Where it's all but decided.
How to say this is on tip of your tongue?
It's on the tip of my tongue. Yes, it is, and I can't remember the phrase. It's an idiomatic phrase. It was one of my idioms classes. I know that. I know exactly. I can remember the class because I remember also talking about underdog and favored. And then I remember talking about it. I can't remember. It's on the tip of my tongue. I just can't pull it out of my brain. I need to eat some like brain food of some type. I swear. I'm getting senile lately.
Sometimes I think in Russian, what's something like when I learn your English idioms, I try to find the same in Russian, and
Right.
it's very hard to me sometimes.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's easy.
Maybe it's just a simple idea, one-sided. It was a one-sided affair, a one-sided match. Yeah, I don't get near enough salmon here in the Philippines. I think it may be one-sided. Maybe that was it. Could be. All right. Anyway, next one. Shh. Do you hesitate, Max? What's this? To hesitate. Oh, okay. Well,
I don't know.
This is more British, to be honest. I've never used this in my life, but I've used the close. Shilly-shally, to hesitate. But see, Americans use dilly-dally. Dilly-dally here to waste time and to hesitate. You know, when your wife is taking forever, when she's puttering around, she's doing meaningless, time-wasting things, and you need to go somewhere. Stop dilly-dallying. Okay, British say shilly-shallying. I think my grandparents maybe said this. Anyway, shilly-shally, dilly-dally, willy-wally, okay, whatever. All right.
The next is Russian, I think, and the
It's Russian.
Egyptian.
And Egyptian. And Norwegian, yes. Okay, so I take it you know this one, yes?
Yeah, I think TikTok.
Yeah, okay. Yes. TikTok. Here you never see this with a hyphen. Okay, there's another example. TikTok, obviously, clearly onomatopoeia. Okay. The sound of the clock. I hear the tick-tock of the clock. Time is running out. Definitely. Onomatopoeia. Another, again, with this form of alliterative vocabulary, lots of onomatopoeia involved here. Okay. TT, what? Chat? Gossip? There's a lot of letters here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To chat or gossip? Okay, well. Okay. This is... Probably won't know this one. Will you know it if I do the first word? What's the second one?
Tattle.
Yes, you're absolutely correct.
That's it for that.
Tittle tattle. Oh, there's a lot of tittle tattle going around about him sleeping with other women, for example, something like that. Okay. Tittle tattle. Okay. Which is rarely used. I think this is pretty rare. I've heard it before, definitely. I recognize it, but it's not. I don't hear it very often. Maybe it's old-fashioned. I don't know. But interestingly, do you gentlemen know what it means if you tattle on someone? And frankly, children would use this word much more commonly. If a child tattles, you tattle on another child. Max, do you know?
No.
Okay. You tattle on somebody or someone. Okay, you tattle on somebody. You tell the teacher, "Oh, Jimmy put a tack in your chair. Jimmy was the one who put a frog in your desk." Yeah, you tell your mother or father what your brother or your sister did. So that makes you a tattle. Or we often say, okay, Susie always tells mom everything we do. She is a tail. Tattletale. Oops, I guess it's actually T-A-L-E. Tattletale, as in story. Tattletale. Okay, that's it. Tattletale. Yeah, you're exactly right, Nader. Adults would more likely say he's a rat, or a rat, or stool pigeon. Might say that one too. He's a stool pigeon. He sings like a bird. Yeah, right. Definitely a rat. Okay. All right. Another one here. It's alternating. Oops, bad spelling. Okay, sharp turns in alternating directions. Hey there, do you know? Zigzag. Really? You use it there? Okay. Zigzag. I have no idea where this comes from, but I do know more in Nader's area of the world. They have a kind of a building construction called the ziggurat. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Right, Nader? Are you familiar with this? No? Where is it? I thought it was in the Middle East for the most part. Where is it? I don't know. Okay. I thought maybe that's where it came from, but I thought you would know. I thought you would recognize it. Apparently not. It's a kind of a building. It's a kind of an architectural style. All right. Oh, it's like the. Wait a minute. Okay. It's like a pyramid. It's a terraced pyramid, though. All right. You're used to the other kind of pyramid. Okay. It's a pyramid with steps. I guess I just looked it up quickly here. It's a Mesopotamian valley, Mesopotamia, in other words, Iraq, and Western Iran. Okay, it's a step pyramid, or actually also very common in South America, come to think of it. Yeah, okay, versions. All right. But also, the Aztecs used this structure as well, thousands and thousands and thousands of miles away. Okay, but anyway, I'm not sure if that's where zigzag comes from. South America, yeah, because the steps kind of zigzag up, down. I really don't. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just making that up. And then, of course, Max's contribution to the class: wishy-washy. Very good one. Unable to make decisions, or just kind of a wimp. Okay. Do you guys know any other alliterative words with a vowel change? Reduplicative. Any others? Okay. All right. I can't think of any others either. Popsy popsy? No. I can almost make one up, though. I'll tell you that. I can nearly make them up. Tic tac. Oh, tic tac. It's a kind of a breath mint here. Have a tic tac, but it's so a tic tac comes in a little shaky container, and you pop open the top and eat one or two or whatever, and it's like a breath mint. But I remember when this came out in the 70s, Tic Tacs as a brand name. Now everybody uses any kind of little breath freshener. They call it a Tic Tac. Yeah. So it's one of those brand names that has become generic. like Pampers. Oh, you have to get some Pampers for your baby, meaning diapers. Okay. Tic Tacs. Tic Tac is a type of biscuit. Yeah, okay. Dry, like seamen um, would eat on a long ocean voyage, right? I've heard of that before. I think, yeah, I've definitely heard that one before. Okay. Any case, tomorrow I'll be back again with more alliterative vocabulary, and we can test ourselves again. Omo. Omo. It's oh no. I mean, oh no, it's Omo. Okay. Thank you very much. Guys, I'm out of time.
Thank you.
Gotta
Bye.
go. And I'll see you again next
Bye-bye.
time.